Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Black Ops 4 video. Today I'm bringing you my best class setup for nuclears in Black Ops 4. Now, I've played around enough with the perks and attachments and this personal class setup with the VAPR-XKG to know that for me personally, I feel like this is the best class setup just to get nuclears. I mean, it definitely is a great option if you are a tactical player like myself. You know, I'm not really much of a confrontational player where I just run into the enemy team and try to take out as many guys as I can and, you know, pray that I'm gonna drop every single one of them without dying. You know what I'm saying? That's just not me. I like to play more tactically, so hope you guys enjoy this video. So yeah, the gameplay you're watching right now is a 59-1. I think it's 59 or 56, something like that. 59, 56 in 1 kill nuclear on the map called Morocco. We're playing on control here, and basically what I did here was I just kind of like stuck to the outskirts of the map, and I just basically tried to stay as aware as possible, and that's what this class setup's about. Anyways, if you guys want to skip to certain parts of the video, I always leave timestamps in the description for those of you who want to just skip to the actual setup. But I like to, you know, break down my gameplay so you guys can get a feel for how I play and why I do what I do. But anyways, so let's start off with the attachments for the vape. At first, I'm using the suppressor because stealthiness is high key when you're trying to go for nuclears, in my opinion. It doesn't matter whether you're going against pros or noobs. You always want to stay off the map. Anything that helps you stay as stealthy as possible is going to prolong how long you get on a streak, and it'll minimize the chances of you dying, which is always a plus because obviously you're trying to achieve 30 kills in a row, right? So you want to stay as stealthy as possible, and with the Vapor, it allows you to use a suppressor, and that's why I like the Vapor the most out of all of the assault rifles if I'm going for a nuclear, because it allows me to do that. So the next attachment is going to be stock. Now mobility, what the heck am I saying? Mobility is key in this game, and anything that gives you a speed advantage is always a plus, especially when you're engaging in gunfights. You want to be able to sway from left to right while you're shooting at the same time, and at the same time it makes it difficult for the enemy to lock onto you while you guys are in a gunfight, so that will definitely help you win as well. Now the last attachment is going to be rapid fire, and I like this attachment the most out of everything else that the gun has to offer. I mean, I could have put stock number 2 on there, but honestly I would rather maximize the efforts of my nuclear by adding more to my arsenal, if that makes sense. So why put on 2 types of stock when I can just add something else to the mix, you know, like rapid fire, which will, you know, spit out more bullets than normal when I'm shooting enemies. Why did I say teammates? It'll help maximize the percentage that I'm gonna drop my enemy. So that's just me personally. Those are things that I just noticed when I played around with the different attachments and perks. You could use whatever you want to at the end of the day, but I'll tell you this, I've got in at least maybe like close to 10 brutals just using this setup right here. Now, you know, of course not every game you're gonna drop a nuclear, but this class setup will definitely optimize your chances of doing that, in my opinion. And it definitely has to go with your playstyle as well. You got to play smart, you got to play stealthy, you got to stick to the outskirts of the map, you know, look for enemy choke points, always, you know, be ready for gunfights. So right here I'm using the strike team. This is a very important part of the class setup, but I'll get into that later. So I'm using the acoustic sensor for my gear because, again, that will help you with your nuclears, because you're going to be able to tell which direction enemies are coming from. It's going to show you on your minimap. You're going to see red cones. Just pay attention to my minimap in this game. You're going to see cones on there that light up where they're coming from, and it's extremely helpful. It'll minimize the surprise attacks that you get from behind. You'll know exactly where the enemy is coming from, and it'll lead to super easy kills. I mean, I feel like the acoustic sensor is super OP in this game, but hey, they put it in the game, and it's what helps you achieve your nuclears. Now, the next one we're going to talk about are the perks. So I'm using engineer, and I find that this is very, very helpful. And there's the nuclear, guys. We dropped the nuclear. Let's go, guys. Drop a like on this video, man. And yeah, I like engineer because I'm able to see if the enemy has a dog, or if they have the praying mantis score streak, you know, that thingy that crawls around the map, the spider looking thing, or you know, if they have those mesh mines. You know, those are so annoying. Those are annoying ways to die in the game, and you know, you can't have that when you're trying to go into nuclear. So when you're able to see everything on the map, you just know how to avoid it at all costs. So it's super helpful in my opinion. And then I'm using Ghost and Dead Silence, pretty self-explanatory. I was saying stay stealthy on the map, and Ghost will keep you off of the minimap when they call in their UAVs, and Dead Silence will keep you off of their minimap as well if other players are using acoustic sensor. So it'll help you win and definitely stay alive. So let's talk about the strike team now. Strike team is definitely the most important score streak that you are going to need to equip in order to get easy nuclears with this class setup, because they do count towards your nuclear. Surprisingly, this is something that I figured out when I equipped it on my class setup. It was actually, I don't know, it kind of takes the fun out of, you know, going for nuclears, because, you know, nuclears have never really counted with score streaks. So this is kind of interesting. Maybe Treyarch's trying to like help out, you know, players who aren't as skilled to get their nuclears. But hey, good news for us. You know, it makes it easier for us. And honestly, it still feels the same to me. Like, I was pretty hyped, you know, when I first dropped the nuclear, and I was really happy about it. All right, so the other two score streaks that you're going to use are UAV and counter UAV, because you don't want to confuse yourself, especially when you're going for nuclears. You want to be conscious of what streak you're on. So using UAV, it helps you see where the enemies are on the minimap. Counter UAV, it helps negate when your enemies are using UAVs on the minimap, as well as it makes it harder for them to know which direction you're coming from. You know what I mean? So anything that helps put the enemy in a disadvantage is definitely going to contribute to you getting your first nuclear. And believe me guys, when I say this, this is the best class setup for nuclears in my opinion. You know, it hasn't really taken me long to figure this out, so I hope you guys want to try out this class setup. Please let me know in the comments if you have tried it and what you think of it. And yeah, definitely subscribe for more videos like this, and like the video. What's going on with my voice, man? And drop a like on the video if you did enjoy the video and you found it helpful, as always. And that is the end of the match, guys. We are now gonna fast forward to check out the medals just to see if it was legit, man. Did your boy really drop it? I got 56 and 1, and there is the nuclear medal, guys. All right, guys, have a good day, and definitely subscribe. Turn those notifications on, by the way, as it seems like my videos aren't getting pushed to your guys' sub boxes. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Peace.